Welcome to our product. Yeah. So good morning, everyone. So welcome to our Product Tank Pune meetup on product management with mind body. I am Dr. Satyavati Kharde, our host for today's event. I have been an organizer for Product Tank community for a while now, so over 1 or 2 years. I work at Springer Nature as a product manager and a scientific advisor for a life science database product. Product Tank Pune began in February 2019, and it is to bring all the product people together to share their experiences, to share their knowledge about product management. And we have various product managers at
You're on mute.
Can you
Yeah, we can. Yes, now.
No,
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going unmute or mute. Just let me know if I'm unmute. So just speaking about Product Tank Pune. So we all are product professionals in the community from various stages and at various career growth stages as well. And we are also from various industry sectors. So basically, all professionals are either product managers, user experience researchers, software engineers, from fintech, from wellness industry, from social enterprises, and so on and so forth. As a community, we come together to exchange knowledge, to share our experiences, and many a times we also share jobs, and we also share a lot of career tips on how to grow in product management. And we have so far had 20 Product Tank Pune meetups, and we are more than 2,400 members that are part of this Product Tank community. We have had, I think, more than 80 members who have been transitioned to product manager roles, to associate product manager roles, and so on and so forth. Every month, we also share several product related jobs on our WhatsApp group as well as on the Slack group. So we will share the WhatsApp details and as well as Slack group details as and when we proceed with the webinar. We have now seen a remarkable growth ever since the beginning of the Product Tank Pune. And this would not have been possible without Amit Godbole. So Amit Godbole is the nucleus for all of us that we have come together and we are talking to each other. And he has worked day in and day out to really put all of us together so that we are a well-groomed community. We are also we are coming together, we are taking care of each other, and also wellness of each other as a product community. So now, speaking of wellness, we all know that during COVID, the first industries or the first sectors to be hit badly is wellness and spa industries. I think before pandemic, it was very normal for us to say, hey, look, I'm going to the gym today. So it was a part of our schedule. Going to salon was part of our larger schedule. We do not go to salon every day, but yeah. And today, I don't think so it has been a part of our daily life as much as it was before pandemic. So very quickly, how many of us have been to gym since the beginning of pandemic? Like, are you regular to the gym? If they are open in your areas? If yes, raise your hand. If not, I assume you are not going to the gym. So yeah, expected. So at least I'm not going to the gym for over a year now. And imagine how the industry is badly hit. And today's session will highlight how Mind Body and their product managers have managed to face the challenge and is thriving during this pandemic. One of the first speakers is Bhalchandra Nam Joshi. Before I introduce to our Mind Body speaker, I would like to put forth a few housekeeping points. During this session, please be on mute. In case you have any questions, please put them in the chat box. We will pick them up during the session or after the workshop that we have lined up for today's event. So now, our speaker of today, Bhalchandra Nam Joshi. So Bhalchandra Nam Joshi is the Vice President and Head of India Center Mind Body. He has more than 20 years of experience in enterprise product development, management, and strategy. He's currently responsible for overseeing all aspects of engineering and product organization at MindBody India. Before joining MindBody, Bhalchandra has taken leadership roles at NICE, Symantec, Sybase, and HSBC. Bhalchandra is well known for his competent leadership and exemplary people management skills. And he is also known for making change maker journeys and collaborating to build sustainable solution for the social exchange, for the social change ecosystem. So over to you, Bhalchandra.
Great. Thanks for the nice introduction, and thanks everyone who joined this session this morning. Really appreciate everybody taking time on a Saturday morning. It's never easy with all the things going around. And as Satyavati mentioned, we would ensure that this time is well spent and you would learn something more about wellness industry and mind body in general. So maybe next slide, please. So I want to really appreciate Product Tank's mission, because when I look back, I'm quite old in the industry now. When I really started, there wasn't really any product function as such in the industry, especially in India. Things have been changing in last 10 years, and especially in last 5 years, we do see a lot more emphasis on product as a function, as a role. And but if you compare it with any other roles like software engineer or a program manager, product manager is still a kind of new profession in India. So having this community which can, where people can come together, learn from each other, have an opportunity to network, and also, get some inspiration and work as a community. I think this goes a long way in setting up these kind of new professions in an industry. So really appreciate Product Tank to start driving it and giving us an opportunity to partner with them in this endeavor. Next slide, please. So MindBody, as you know, we are a leader in the wellness industry, and our purpose has been to help people lead healthier, happier lives by connecting the world to wellness. Let me give you, I think people can go on mute, I guess. So our mission has been to help people lead healthier, happier lives by connecting the wellness. Just a small anecdote here. When I was being interviewed for this position at MindBody, my last interview was with our CEO in US. And one of the questions he asked me is, why I'm choosing MindBody over other offers which I potentially could have. And I told him that I have worked with a lot of companies in my career, and all of them had a great missions and vision for their organizations. But never in my life I have worked for a company whose mission of helping people healthier, happier lives aligns very much with my own personal mission. And I'm sure a lot of you would relate to that. Yeah, that in your personal life also you want to live a healthier, happier life. And what best opportunity than to work for a company who has the same mission as your personal mission. And I do believe that when people are able to connect and have the mission which is close to their heart as same as their organization mission, they can create magic together. So talking about MindBody as a business, we started off with with a vision to help small and medium businesses in wellness. As on the picture you can see Kika. She's a owner of Kika Stretch. She's a real person, by the way. She's our customer for last several years, and she's kind of a representative of the kind of businesses or customers we decided to serve from day one. And if you put yourself in the shoes of these entrepreneurs who are running, let's say, a yoga studio or a martial arts studio, maybe a gym or a spa or massage center, what challenges do they have, right? If you think of you as an entrepreneur, you will see there are so many challenges they are going to be facing. They're looking at how do you get more customers, or how do you basically even generate the leads and then get customers to your door. Once they are there, how do you provide them the best in class experience in terms of whatever services you're offering? How would you ensure that you can do a seamless payment and have online bookings possible? As a business, you also want to raise your own capital and be able to expand. You will employ people, your staffs. You want to manage their day-to-day activities. You also manage their performance. You also want to understand what is working, what is not working in your business. So you need a lot of analytics to understand what's going on. So I mean, the kind of challenges a business owner faces are huge, and they don't really have solutions for each of these to solve. What Mindbody offers is like a one-stop shop for all these different and very distinct kind of challenges which they face, which is unique for the industry, so to say. Next slide, please. The other partners in our ecosystems are the end consumers like you and me. So on one hand, we have the business owners, as we talked about in the last slide. And on the other side, the consumers who are actually consuming these wellness services. And these consumers are also quite demanding. The things are changing, especially I think in pandemic and post-pandemic, people will demand more wellness services and more varied workout. A lot of people are looking for convenience. They want to do, have a hybrid experience where they can go to the gym for 2 days and rest for 2 days do from their home. They want to do it when they are traveling. They're also interested in a lot of new and cutting edge developments which are happening in wellness industry. They want to be connected. A lot of us are social animals, so we want to do group exercises. We want to participate in social wellness activities and get engaged. So a lot of these are need from our consumers, and what Mindbody has done is really map these two together. And we have our own platform, which is being in the industry for last 20 years, which is essentially connecting the wellness businesses to the end consumers who want to consume those businesses. Next slide, please. This is an interesting slide which talks about how does the platform ecosystem looks like. I'm sure all of you have heard about platforms, whether it's Uber or Airbnb or Amazon. This is a data which talks about different platform companies or platform ecosystems, whether they are in the food services or retail e-commerce, lodging, music and sports. We do believe that in wellness industry, Mindbody is platform is kind of unique. We have a leadership position in this market. We have more than 40% market share in US and a pretty significant share in the European market as well. We are well poised to actually create this whole platform ecosystem for a wellness industry. It doesn't really exist today, and there are not many players who can really execute it as what Mindbody would be able to execute. So that's really the vision. We are not really a simple enterprise product company which is serving products to our businesses, but we are really a platform company who is able to connect our end consumers to the wellness businesses. And we do think that the potential for this is huge, like close to 4.5 or $5.5 trillion across globe. And this is in a way a completely new category which is being developed and getting prepared. So all of us are pretty excited that what role we can play here and how Mindbody can really be a category definer in this space. Next slide, please. So just a quick thing on what Mindbody is. Mindbody is a leader in wellness industry. We have more than 67,000 customers in mostly small and medium businesses. There is a lot of transaction revenue which we earn, which passes through Mindbody, which is close to about $7 billion of transaction which happen on our platform. This is important to us because we have a pie in the overall payment ecosystem for our wellness industry. We have more than 1,500 people across globe. Out of that, 250 are in Pune now. And more importantly, most of the Pune teams are focused on product and engineering. So we are doing latest innovation and cutting edge work. We are not doing any professional services or support from Pune. So our focus has been on the product development and ownership. We have been a great place to work certified in US for last several years in a row. And another important thing is we are also part of the Bloomberg Gender Equality Index. So gender equality or in general equality is very core to Mindbody's mission. We have we do very active participation in a lot of EDI activities, and also ensure that we are participating in the ecosystem to promote diversity, whether it's gender or LGBTQI community or veterans and so on. And I'm happy to say that we have almost 44% women employees in Mindbody, as compared to 36% of what the technology industry averages. Obviously, this is still less than 50% what we should ideally have, but I'm happy to say that we are doing our best to increase the participation and diversity, and that continues even in the India as we grow. Next slide, please. So in short, I think Mindbody does offer a global opportunity to positively impact billions of lives, because this is where it is. You are touching the lives of people, actually doing more than normal business. But we are also a category defined business in terms of wellness platform, and this is a right opportunity to grow in terms of building this once in a lifetime kind of opportunity to build a wellness platform, which will be a category definer in this space. I will end with a quote from Abraham Lincoln, which says that the best way to predict future is to create it. I believe that all of us at Mindbody have a great opportunity to create that future, and we are definitely open to work with like-minded people and who can help us to grow and achieve more than what we could imagine. Thanks for your time this morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bhalchandra. I think we have got one good comment saying that they love the focus on diversity. There's one question on transactions. So basically, you showed the transactions through Mindbody figures. Are they annual numbers?
Yes, annual numbers.
Thank you, Bhalchandra. So if you have any questions, please put them now. We'll move on to the next session. Thank you so much for an amazing overview of Mindbody, Bhalchandra. It was really helpful. Our next speaker of today is Ekta. Ekta Kamdar is a lead product manager at Mindbody. She has over 14 years of experience in product management and development of enterprise offerings within wellness. Human resources, and this is the timer that has come up. So, talent management and learning spaces. She's playing a critical role in streamlining the product management practices at Mindbody India. Ekta is extremely client focused and loves building products and services that delights customer. So the next session is how is wellness industry coping up with COVID-19. So the speaker will give us insights about the state of wellness industry across the globe, and how was it before COVID, how is it during COVID, and how is it going to be post-COVID. So basically, they'll cover what kind of product ideas were brought to life to handle the pandemic. So over to you, Ekta.
Thanks a lot, Satya, for the wonderful introduction. And hello and good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's keeping safe. So as Bhal mentioned, let me start by saying that as a seasoned product manager in the IT industry, I think now I'm finally getting to work on a domain and a company that is focused on, that's the sole purpose is to provide our users a better living lives, and do this along with making money, right? Which is important if we take the viability into consideration. So today I'll be sharing some insights on the wellness space that Mindbody is functioning in. So for today's agenda, we'll talk about what is wellness, industry overview, how has COVID impacted both businesses as well as consumers, some mega trends that are emerging, as well as what is Mindbody doing as a response to COVID, and what are the wellness trends in India. So before I dive into the presentation, I want to hear from all of you. What do you think? What does wellness mean to you? So we'll move on to a Menti poll. Isha, if you can just share the link. So Isha has shared a link, and that will take you to the Menti poll. And I would love to know what your thoughts are on what does wellness mean to you. Isha will need to share the Menti screen.
Yeah, it's here. And we can see a lot of comments coming in.
It's not shared on the Zoom.
I'm sorry.
All right, now we are able to see it. I hope everyone else is able to see as well. So I hear fitness, healthy, mental health, happiness, grooming, yes, being active, mental peace and peace of mind, well-being, great. So thanks for sharing, everyone. This is really good to see what all of us think about wellness today. And I think the main key factors that we see over here are fitness, mental health. The wellness as defined by the Global Wellness Institute, a global research institute considered leader in this space, is the active pursuit of activities, choices, and lifestyle that lead to a state of holistic health. Wellness as defined in Mind Body is not just about physical and mental fitness, but it encompasses 7 different dimensions. Let's see a quick video on how we do it at Mind Body.
Wellness is the core of our being. Wellness is about getting the most out of life. It's conscious, self-directed, and it's constantly evolving. At Mind Body, we're audaciously achieving. We are constantly striving to climb that next hill. We're committed to the 7 dimensions of wellness. It's not just about physical fitness. This is who we are.
Yes, Naveen, woohoo. This is who we are. Let's see what the industry and the market looks like for the wellness economy. So the wellness economy is a colossal global industry estimated by the Global Wellness Institute at around 4.5 trillion and represents roughly 5.3% of the global economic output and is growing twice as fast. Defined as an industry that enables consumers to incorporate wellness activities, lifestyle into their daily lives, the wellness economy encompasses 10 varied and diverse sectors. The biggest sectors overall being physical activity and healthy eating, wellness tourism, along with personal care, beauty, and anti-aging. For India, the overall market size, next slide, please. So for India, the overall market size currently is expected to be around 124 billion. And we are growing really fast, and we are it looks like we'll reach 1 trillion by 2050. Increase in household incomes, along with the higher focus on good looks and healthier lifestyle, are some of the main reasons that we are seeing this speedy growth in all the major. Is there a question? All right.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. So I was just saying that, having more disposable income along with our focus on better looks and healthy lifestyle is one of the major reasons why we are seeing such a speedy growth in the wellness segment, even in India. We are ranked second globally for wellness tourism, as well as are the third fastest growing in the spa market. So, this is an overlook of what the market looks like. But what happened in COVID, right? We all know what happened last year in March, April timeframe. So last year in March, April, the world of wellness came to a standstill. It was a major global shock with over 90% drop in bookings worldwide, and the revenues were hitting rock bottom. The COVID impact was felt twofold. For the businesses, For the businesses, it meant that they had to close their stores overnight. Next slide, please. Right. So as they closed their stores overnight, they were struggling to pause their business, right? Because no one was coming in. There were lockdown rules in place. So they were closing stores. They were stopping the memberships, delaying gift cards. They were laying off staff because there was no way they were able to earn a revenue during those months. But after a couple of months, our businesses started getting scrappy. They started adjusting to the new reality that was facing the world, right? They started finding newer ways of engaging with their customers and making money. Many of the businesses started doing virtual classes and virtual consultations. They reverted to maybe using the free Zoom account or WhatsApp or Facebook Live to reach out to their consumers. They also started putting together BOD libraries where they were shooting videos and sharing it on YouTube or any of the other channels that they had started. We also noticed that a lot of businesses started selling their products online, especially in the beauty and the spa and salon space, where we saw a good spike in online sales of products. Now, as we see the markets reopening, there are new trends that have come into place. It's all about hybrid fitness classes, as Bahal was explaining early in his presentation. People do not want to just go back to what it was earlier. They want to bring up new ways of engaging, and now virtual is here to stay for a long, long time. They are hiring back this staff. They're also adjusting their business model to take into consideration the government regulations and limit the human interaction as long as possible. And as you see the arrow going back, they are always planning for uncertainty, because you see that in different markets we are seeing multiple waves of COVID hitting, and which is causing a lot of uncertainty for the businesses. And now people are coming up with newer ideas to keep their business rolling as we go into the new normal. Apart from the businesses, consumers also say that they are struggling. So consumers are people like you and me. What we have been hearing, and this is results of the Global Wellness Index research that MindBody conducts every year, which is a survey that is rolled out globally, and we have over 10,000 consumers who participate in this. So the main streams that have emerged in this are that people are facing the brunt of their mental wellness being affected, their physical health being affected. They're putting on more weight. They are waiting to get some or the other beauty services done. Moving on to the next slide. So the reasons consumers are now more focused on wellness than ever before. So and you and I are examples of this, that everyone is feeling the stress of being socially disconnected with friends and family, being at home all the time. The workload has increased. There's Zoom Zoom fatigue is playing a part into this. So consumers are saying that they want to reduce stress, and they want to lead a healthier lifestyle, because they feel that they would have a better chance of dealing with any disease or illness if they are internally more healthier. And that's the reason why we are seeing a focus on wellness more than it was even earlier before the pandemic. So what does the data tell us? It tells us that the need remains, but the interface is going to change. The crisis of the pandemic is leading to a fast-paced change, which is highly enabled by the technology. We are seeing new trends, but let's see what those trends are. Coming to some of the mega trends in the wellness space post-COVID, online fitness. I think that's the most first trend that we saw coming out of COVID. All the businesses have reverted to some or the other way of reaching out to their consumers online. Virtual fitness or online fitness is estimated to reach 59 trillion by 2027, and it's going to grow at a rate of 33.1%. we saw many of the companies integrating with Zoom or other VC tools so that they are able to switch their classes to one of the online tools that are available. We are seeing a boom in the wearables market, so Fitbit or Apple Watch or other ways to help consumers track their body functions is something that is growing. AR VR enabled workouts, right? So companies like Mirror, which was recently taken over by Lululemon, or there are Rowing or Peloton, who are bringing in more virtual reality into home workouts and making home workouts more holistic and more fun for the consumers. Moving on to beauty and spa industry. So as I mentioned earlier, we have seen a 600% hike in product sales. So everyone has been buying the products online in the last 1 year, and this is what our numbers tell us. People are also looking for bookable, snackable beauty services. So people do want to go out to get their services, but they still don't want to spend a lot of time. So they are looking for like less than 30 minutes of services. There are new trends about no touch spa services, where they are coming up with newer ways of not really having human to human touch, but still providing those services. There are virtual reality based stress management. There are ultrasound and ultrasound facials and many newer trends which encompasses technology while giving those beauty and spa services. Another trend today in the market is about mental health. So we are seeing a lot of mindfulness apps that are coming into place. So Calm has been one of the most innovative in this space and has been growing really fast. Headspace is one of them. So the meditation industry is poised to grow to around 2 billion by 22. And there are also other trends about like mineral spas or salt caves, napping rooms that are coming newer into the markets across the globe. And lastly, we see a huge spike in the wellness tourism and wellness destination area. So this industry is poised to grow to around 919 billion by 22, and it's growing at 7.5%, which is almost twice as what the tourism market itself is growing. We are seeing a lot of increase in staycations, data-driven wellness retreats, soulful trips, like people going to plantations or people going to the hills and just working from there, or going to yoga retreats. So these are some of the major trends that we see in the market today. Coming to what MindBody is doing. So MindBody, being the global leader in this industry, has been taking the lead in helping our consumers and businesses come up, like survive in this changing times. So one of the first launches that we had post the pandemic was our virtual wellness platform. So this is the first ever virtual platform focused specifically on fitness. A lot of our competitors rushed into integrating with Zoom or some other VC tool, but they are still not devised to serve the fitness industry. So our virtual wellness platform is tightly integrated with the classes that our customers have. They are able to easily schedule and host live classes, as well as manage their on-demand library. Another work on the other side of the industry, which we serve, is the spa and salon that we did, was we completely re-envisioned the consumer journey. So the aim was to reduce human interaction and automate any of the tasks that is possible. So seamless checkout, taking waivers without them like signing, but doing that online, checking in without really stepping into the studio via SMS or via a chat bot. So those are some of the innovations that are happening in this space, and we are making sure that payments and checkout become so seamless that they don't really have to wait at the reception when they go to the service. They just spend the time only on the service and nothing else. Another important innovation that happened from MindBody was the Flex membership, where and this is our first direct to consumer offering, where where as our consumers are taking up more and more virtual classes, we wanted to bring them, help them get the variety that they want. So Flex is a membership where they can buy let's say a 10 class pack, and then they can choose the workouts or the studios they actually want to go and work out at. They don't really have to just stick to one studio, but they can choose from a variety of studios that are available within MindBody, and which as Bahal said is over 67,000. And lastly is Solo, which is our support for the solopreneur community. So as more and more people are trying to be independent and have their own services and put connect with their consumers as an individual, we are trying to give them the right tools so they are able to schedule their classes, manage their payments, everything from one single app rather than managing multiple apps together. So this is all about what MindBody is doing. As I end my talk, I would like to talk about what are the major trends that we are seeing in India. Next slide, please. So these are some of the wellness trends that we see in India, right? Healthy eating. So we have Healthify Me. Fitter is a Pune-based company which has an online mentorship. Swiggy is coming up with a healthy hub where they are going to show the calories of each of the dish, so that even if you're ordering from outside, you can still be conscious of what you are eating. So healthy eating is an upcoming trend. Multiple gym memberships. So similar to what Flex or ClassPass is there in the global or in US, we have Fraternity, FitPass, Gym Pack, which helps consumers, buy a pass and then have attend classes across various gyms or studios. Virtual workouts. So the way the global businesses shifted towards virtual workouts, India saw a similar curve as well. So Cult was highly focused on in studio, but they accelerated their Cult.live functionality, where they are now giving like on-demand videos, celebrity workouts, and now they've also innovated into like group classes and whatnot. Smaller players in this market are using free Zoom or WhatsApp to provide their services to their consumers. Similarly, there is a rise in the number of celebrity apps. So we see apps. Is there a question?
Because we connect the games cheaper.
All right. So we see a lot of celebrity apps. Shilpa Shetty has her own yoga app. Malaika Arora has her own studios as well as app. We see Katrina Kaif launching her own beauty brand. So we see that a lot of celebrities are endorsing healthier and healthier lifestyle as well. So that is also motivating a lot of the population to move in that direction. Then along with that, like mindfulness and meditation. So we see a lot of apps in that and a lot of companies coming up in that space. Online consulting in pharma. So Practo was basically to book appointments, but now they do virtual consulting as well. MedPlus is for online, ordering your medicines online. Cult or Cure.fit has also launched a lot of consulting services under its umbrella, which helps you get a therapy session or just talk to a consultant if needed. And lastly, India is a global leader amongst the global leaders in the wellness tourism space. So naturopathy or places like the Himalayas or just Aurobindo Ashram in Pondicherry. So these are just some examples, but we have many such places where people go to just spend some time and relax and also find their inner peace. So I think this is all I had from a presentation perspective, but I would definitely want to hear from all of you how you have been coping up with the pandemic. What is your wellness mantra, and what are the new trends that you have seen in India?
Thank
So if
you.
anyone wants to share, or yeah.
I think if you guys want to share, please put them in the chat box. And yeah, if you want to really speak, then please raise your hand. It was an amazing presentation, Ekta. So there's so many new insights that I think most of us had gained, especially the market in India. You know, you just don't think in that direction many a times, especially on the online consultations and so on and so forth. We do have certain questions. So one question that, or one doubt rather, was you said online fitness, the market is around, will be around 59 trillion US dollars by 2027. Is it 59 trillion dollars, or is it some kind of a typing mistake, or any of that? Yeah, can you please highlight that? Yeah,
The Indian market.
Overall. So you at the beginning of the presentation, you projected $59 trillion by 2027. It was for online fitness. So was it? So it's just a question, or rather confusion that one of the participants.
Yes,
have.
it is 59 trillion by 27. So that is just the virtual market, which is not the entire fitness market. The virtual market, which is just like live streams and VOD. Only that segment is aimed to be that large by 27.
Super. Yeah, you just don't
Yes,
think
it's growing tremendous speed, and this is still the estimates, but it'll be good to see how it actually grows, because we see that the growth is much higher. And just to add a little anecdote, that because we track this data day in and day out, we see that the markets that are fully open, like Australia, we are seeing that the consumer bookings have been higher than what they were pre-COVID. So like consumers are like wherever they can are booking fitness and beauty services much more than they were before the pandemic. So the growth is there.
Super. So there's one question from Vivekanand. So is Mind Body onboarding clients to use their products and delivery service to end user, or is Mind Body building custom products and delivering to clients? So which of
them? So we don't really do customization, if that's the question, but so we have our product and then we onboard the various customers onto it. And then Flex is a direct to consumer offering as well.
Perfect. One last question before we move on to Naveen is, what challenges did you face during the during the pandemic in terms of business, revenues, and how have you tackled them?
Of course, like with the businesses closing, the revenue for Mind Body also stopped overnight. And there were a lot of replanning that the leadership had to go into to make sure that we are re-estimating what our plans for the year look like. But along with that, Mind Body being the leader, we have been supporting our customers. We gave them a lot of fee relief so that they are able to cope up with the changes. And now we are and we also give them a lot of thought leadership and some guidance on how they are supposed to run their business. And with that, we are seeing that we see that our customer base is much more loyal, and we are seeing them growing at much faster rate and come out of this pandemic even better than what was expected.
Hopefully so. Thank you so much, Ekta. It was an amazing presentation. You have a lot of points in the chat box for you to read. So
yeah, I'll go through them now. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. So over now, Naveen. So most of us know Naveen as Product Tank Pune organizer. He's also a senior product manager at MindBody. Naveen has more than 13 years of experience in solving customer needs through effective products, and he strongly believes that there is an underlying opportunity in every challenge, and he's interested in exploring that opportunities. So in this session, how to manage products effectively being offshore, Naveen will cover the most common use case dealt by product managers in India, and where the consumer or customer of the products is elsewhere geographically. The session will also focus on how to overcome these challenges and share examples of how it is done. So over to you, Naveen.
Thank you so much, Satya, and thank you so much, Ekta, for all the insights that you've thrown. Yeah, so just a check, is everyone in, everyone listening? Why don't we have a quick check, like pour in some reactions, like whatever you feel like, so that I know that people are there. So I'm super excited by the numbers, but yeah, I just want to see some reactions coming up. Yeah, raising hands, heart, something, anything. Okay, okay, good, nice. So so an interesting topic where I'll be throwing some light. And it's been 13 years that I've started my journey with IT. And since I have had good opportunity to work both offshore and onshore, I strongly connect to this concept. And this is one of the subjects that interests me a lot. I've done some primary research and analysis, and that's what I'll be sharing with this group today. However, having said that, a few disclaimers. I have worked mostly on B2B products. So some content analysis may not be true for B2C products. And even for B2B, there might be some corner cases. So pardon me on that, but otherwise, you'll have a good session. And I'll be also looking forward to the comments and what learnings you have. And there's an interesting activity lined up, which is based out of this particular topic only. Okay, in 2008, when I was with IBM, that's like seems like long ago, where we were in the waterfall era. So this question always like used to be asked by our managers and our peers as well, like where do you see yourself in 4 years, 5 years time frame, right? Nobody or very rarely people used to say that I want to become a product manager. And that used to be the scenario like a decade back. Two reasons for that. One, people didn't have a good amount of awareness about what a product management role was a decade back. And two, even if they were aware of what product management is all about, pursuing a career in product management being in India was pretty challenging, right? And nobody actually thought it could be a reality. Gone are those days, and now we are in an era where you see so many product managers in India and globally as well. So in the market today, many of us are holding many of these titles. So if you can go to the next slide, just let's do a quick poll, right? How many of you are holding any of these titles? If you're not holding these titles, then let me know what titles are you holding. It's APM, PM, different names, but part of product function. Yeah. All right. We have 70% people voting in, and okay, yeah, I know people. Okay, so 79% of you are relating to the titles over there. So of course, there are many more titles, and this is one area where the people are getting very innovative. Organizations are getting more innovative, like talking about adding adjectives to the title itself. So welcome to this session where I'll be talking about different aspects of product management. But let me talk about why am I doing this session, or why am I talking about this topic altogether, right? I see a product management boom. Everyone knows, but I am specifically talking about the aspect of product management, which will definitely take a will skyrocket in the coming future. PM community in last 5 years has doubled. Just in 5 years, it has doubled, right? On an average, the job market is growing at 6.6% in US, but for product management jobs, the growth rate is 32%. I would request you to go on mute if you're not speaking. In India, the growth percentage for some of the roles is pretty high, like 51% rise in the senior PM roles in India, right? Overall, if you see from a landscape perspective, and this is all coming from the primary research, from LinkedIn, the source is LinkedIn, people who might be asking for like, where are you getting this data from, right? So right now, total 100%, 6% of our product professionals are from India. But then if you look at the other side, 9% of the openings are from India, like, or for India, like, let's put it that way. And this is just the beginning. We are going to see this number bump up in coming time. Now, what does that mean? That means that there will be a need for a lot of product managers in India. That's one part of it. But the bigger statement is there will be a need for effective product managers or product leaders in India, right? So the term effective product leaders is what I'm hooking to now. There are two aspects of being a leader or a product leader, but I'm talking about only two right now. There can be many more, but uh, these are two primary ones, and there are additional ones which are related or slightly disjointed. But let's talk about two parameters or two aspects of product management. One is the competency of the product manager, which is like, what skill sets do you have? Do you have the right skill sets to carry out the product management activity? How skilled are you, and things like that. The second aspect is, which is basically the decision-making authority. How empowered are you by the organization to actually make those product decisions? So these two parameters, when mixed in various proportions, lead to different personalities, right? So let's start from the quadrant 3. Most of us join companies, or we start our journey as a follower or executioner, where basically we are low on our product management competency because we've just started. Our decision-making authority is little low because we've just started. So understandable. Everyone goes through this quadrant, and the key thing that I want to highlight on any of these quadrants is these quadrants. I mean, nothing is wrong. Nothing is bad to be in any of these quadrants. It's just that if you stagnate at one quadrant for a longer time, then that becomes a problem. So whatever titles that you see on these quadrants is basically the end result if you stagnate for a longer time. So you start as a follower where you basically are learning your skills. You're also making a mark in the organization, so you don't have the decision-making authority. But then you can progress in either direction. You can go vertically up, or you can go horizontally to the right? So let's say you go to the quadrant 4, which is basically you become highly skilled, but you still have low decision-making authority. So between quadrant 3 to quadrant 4, what you're doing is you're becoming you started from a follower, then you're basically getting converted into a potential product manager, then to a skilled product manager. And then if you stagnate there for a longer time, you basically are going to the last stage, which is the frustrated product manager, right? However, things can be, and these work two ways. Like a potential product manager can also become a follower back because you have to keep up with your skill set and things like that. Let's go to the quadrant 2. Let's say there is a situation in your organization where there's dearth of leadership and people are promoted, or leaders from other domains are leading, right? So in that case, if you don't have the right skill set to actually lead the product, in that case, sometimes you will see people becoming ineffective as leaders, and that's a very risky position to be. And we'll talk about these, how to get rid of this, and finally, how do we go to the quadrant 1. Quadrant 1, the ideal, the position that we want to be, right? High on skill set, high on competency, high on decision-making authority, right mindset. You basically are adding value to the customers, to the products, to the market, and to the organization. So that's the state that we want to be. Having said that, let's go to the next one. What are the common challenges that you see from India, right, or from offshore? We have heard you. We have read articles on the internet everywhere. So primary, secondary research, everything done. So what we understand is that these problems can be categorized into 5 buckets. Bucket 1. The problem 1 is like limited direct interaction. Like this is the most common actually problem that comes up, like when you're working from offshore. You don't have direct access to customers, you don't have direct access to research, you don't have direct access to cross-regional teams, things like that. So anything to do with interacting with internal or external stakeholders, if you're inhibited in doing that, that's your problem 1. Anything that goes in that bucket. Problem 2, time zone issues. Lot of people, I agree, like if we do a poll now, I'm sure that we will get 90%, more than 90% agreement on this thing. The time zone is a big issue, especially if you're working with US and especially on the South Coast and things like that, where the time zones are exactly opposite to what our time zones are. So it becomes very difficult to do justice to be available at during that time, and it becomes a big problem, right? So that's the second problem. Problem 3, skill upgradation and training. A lot of us have, I think I've never heard a person saying that I've started my career as product manager. They have transitioned from one role to another. Let it be a business analyst, let it be an engineer, QA, project manager, whatever it is. But some people mostly transition from one role to product management. And that transition requires a lot of support, a lot of upgradation, a lot of training. And this is what this particular skill set, this particular problem statement talks about. Let's go to the next problem, role clarity. We also heard, like, let me know, how many of us relate to this, that there is a lot of vagueness in what we are expected to do. Organization doesn't have the clarity. We don't have the clarity. The boundaries are not defined. I don't know where do I step up? Where do I don't? Where should I step back and things like that. Okay. Last but not the least, lack of empowerment. This is something which is changing, and I'll talk about in the trends. But empowering product managers is pretty important. And that's not happening. You're basically facing a big challenge. And this is mostly coming from the organizations, but again, there is a give and take happening on this front as well. All right, let's go to the some more research. Let's say, I'm a big fan of research, numbers, data. So let's talk about those, right? So on the left side, you have what are the PMs doing globally, and on your right side, what are PMs doing in India, right? The left side is a secondary research, and the right side is a primary research. In general, product managers can do anything and everything, but let's talk about top 10 things that they do. Defining product strategy, engaging with customers and partners, reviewing metrics, researching market and competition, pricing and packaging, coaching, recruitment, planning and maintaining the roadmap, collaborating with other functions, defining product requirements, and collaborating with technical and design functions, right? These are top 10 things, let's put it that way, right? Now, this is a study coming from McKinsey on your left side. On the right side, this is the poll that I have conducted, right? Around 100 participants registered for this particular poll, and they've given this verdict, right? Now, you see the difference, and I'll talk about the key takeaway. But if you see, defining product strategy and engaging with customers is taking a larger portion of the day for product managers in US and globally. Whereas for India, collaborating with technical and design functions and defining product requirements are the ones which are taking most of the time. So 18 plus 18, 36% of the day gone with design, tactical requirements and things like that. So that's a major difference. There are many differences which we can spot in these two different graphs, but let's talk about the key takeaway from this. Let's go to the next slide. In general, a product can start with mission, vision, strategy, roadmap, and product backlog. That's the hierarchy that I see, right? Most of our time is focused on roadmap plus product backlog. When I'm talking about most of us, I'm saying product managers in India, and this is like general sense. It may differ for some organizations. Some product managers may be doing it different, but at a very high level, cumulatively, if you see, where are we spending our time? We are spending time on tactical things, which is roadmap and product backlog, which is not bad. But what we are not doing is actually spending a lot of time on the key aspects of the strategy, which is strategy, vision, and mission. Now, I would say one of the key aspects that will happen in the future is this imbalance being balanced, where our focus will again shift from tactics to strategy. But that doesn't mean that we're ignoring tactics, but that also means that we are also having the bigger picture in our mind, customer value in our mind that we are trying to achieve, and be participative in those things. I mean, these are all said, but then how do we do it? Like, simple question, like, how do we do it, right? So to me, if I have to put it in like one slide and give you like a 1 minute talk on that, my simple mantra is and I feel that it'll encompass a lot of the things. Know your product, market, and customer inside out. If I have to give like one mantra, I would say know your product, market, and customer inside. How do you do that? I would do it like I call these research methods into, I divide these research methods into three categories: primary research, internal research, secondary research. Primary research is basically where you're engaging directly with your source, like talking to customers, shadowing sales calls, and things like that. Internal research, I'm very bullish on internal research, and that's where I'm trying to focus on is internal research. Many of our organizations don't focus, which is like the ability for you to learn by yourself with whatever we already have. We already have the data, we already have the product, we already know the customer complaints, we already know logs of things, right? So making best use of that is your internal research, and that's the differentiator I feel as a product manager you would have in terms of any challenge you face in terms of, like, let's say you're not able to talk to the customers, let's say, but do we have the data to understand actually the background of the challenges that the customers are already going through? So some amount of, I understand time zone is a big issue, but these are the compensating factors which basically will lay out a bigger role in the future. So I'm being bullish on internal research personally, but that's the trend we will be seeing in the future as well. Secondary research is, a lot of good research is already available in the market. Partners give us, or it's already available in the internet, and that can be used. Let's talk about some more things. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, I feel that even if you have understood the skill set, you got the skill set, you made the decision, you got the decision making authority and everything, still there is a trend that's going on, and I've bulleted those trends. And if you invest, or if we invest in one or more of these trends, I think we become even more valuable. AI/ML is the future. Data is the new oil, right? We're all talking about data, and data has become so relevant, so important in today's world that I mean, it'll have even more significance in the future as well. Virtual is the new reality. As we all know, like with virtual being, a lot of these offerings which were physical are now getting converted into virtual. Remote work is here to stay. So there are opportunities where basically you stay remote and you can untap that particular potential or opportunity. Shift from cultural difference to cultural diversity. What I'm talking about here is cultural difference used to be a big challenge when you're talking about working from offshore. Now that mindset is changing, the perspective is changing, the narrative is changing. It's saying it's no more cultural difference. We are talking about cultural diversity. We are talking about inclusivity. And this is coming from customers itself, right? And we are not talking about we doing it, but it's the ecosystem that's going through that churn. Shift from top down to bottom up decision making. Gone are the days when you made those, somebody made those decisions and then you're basically executing as is, right? We're talking about a collaborative decision-making process whereby it's more bottoms up versus top down. Last but not the least, it's the mindset over skill set. Okay, let's see what we are doing at MindBody. Some of the things that we are doing, I think we're doing good in these areas at MindBody, right? Focus is on end-to-end ownership. So empowering the product managers is key focus. And that basically gives you a satisfaction in terms of what you're trying to do day in, day out. And that lets you deliver the customer value that you're looking at. Product managers are heavily involved in user research. So data backing, research is like common lingo that you would see happening on a day in, day out basis. High collaboration with functions, right? Product managers are not silos, are not working in silos at MindBody. We are talking about like a designer sitting next to a product manager sitting next to engineer, talking day in, day out about things which are bringing customer value to the table, right? Product thinking across. So we are also doing a lot of good things at MindBody in terms of educating people about what product we are building, why we are building that, how things are changing, updating them with the current market trend and things like that. And we have seen a lot of interest, and because of which the productivity of other functions have increased significantly, right? openness to constructive feedback. We believe like we are strong believers of constructive feedback, taking it and implementing it. And finally, last but not the least, we are basically, and we are blessed to actually showcase our work in different forums. So that gives us another extra layer of satisfaction that yes, it's being noticed, it's been recognized. Let's
Okay.
yeah, let's go to the last slide. I know we probably would have crossed the time limit, but yeah. So recap at a very, very high level. Product leaders will be in demand. Two key areas, competency and decision-making authority will be key. What's happening right now? Disproportionate time being spent between strategic and tactical items. What are the different research methods? Internal, secondary, primary. My take, internal. Current trend, AI, ML, data, virtual, remote, cultural diversity, bottom up, and right mindset. With that, it's a wrap up from my side.
Amazing. Thank you, Naveen. I think we have a lot going on in the chat as well. So there's this amazing discussion. Also, depending on your slides, we have quite a few points. There's one question that I would like to ask before we move on to the workshop is to focus on top part of pyramid that you have showcased us. Do product managers in India have future looking skills or moonshot thinking? Do we miss that by training or culture?
Can you repeat the last part of it? I got your top.
Yeah, so the top part of pyramid, to focus on the top part of pyramid, do PM, the product managers in India, should they have future looking skills or moonshot?
Of course, they need to have the bigger picture in mind and where the market is going towards, and that definitely helps you get that vision in place, right? So, for example, if I am managing a product for spa and salon or a fitness studio, I for myself should know, like, even if you would have made it out from the discussion that we had with Ekta and everyone else, like, we're not looking for what's happening right now. We're also being prepared for like what will happen in the next 5 years. So yeah.
Thank you, Naveen. I think we have a lot going on in the chat. Okay, so maybe what we can do is after the workshop, we carry on our discussion because there are a lot of points for you, Naveen. So discussion points, and as well as from Ekta's presentations as well. So before we move on, I mean, now let's move on. So as a reminder, we'll stay back after the workshop, and we can continue our discussion there. Now about the product workshop. So the product workshop is moderated by Rupal and Rakhi. Rupal is the product manager at Mindbody. So she has over 9 years of experience in the industry, and she's a curious person who likes to explore new ideas and approach keeping the customer in the center. So she has recently also given a webinar on product-led growth for Product School. Rakhi is a product manager at Mindbody, and she also has over 10 years of experience, and she aims at shaping the product's future, and this is one of her biggest passions. In this workshop, it is going to be an interactive session. We are more than 100 participants here, so we would be splitting into a few groups. More details will be given by Rupal and Rakhi. And this session will be more on how to manage products effectively being offshore. So over to you, Rupal and Rakhi.
Yeah, thank you, Satya, for such a nice introduction, and thank you, Naveen and Ekta, for amazing presentation. I guess everyone in the audience really connected with you guys, so thank you so much. And after such an superb session, let's put our knowledge of these sessions that we just learned into use, right? So you folks in some time will be divided into breakout rooms, and but before we do that, I would like to take a minute and go through these comments or these feedback that we received as a part of registration process from some of our fellow PMs. So they said managing customer retention or time zones, like most of the issues that Naveen also spoke in his presentation, these were also reported by other PMs in the registration form. So Isha, next slide, please. Okay, so this particular slide is on the personas falling in each of the categories which Naveen explained in his presentation. To start with, I believe we all have been in these positions at some point in our careers, right? Like we have been someone who followed the orders. We've been someone who was frustrated when we were not heard. So these are things that we all can relate to. This is what my understanding is. So let's understand a bit more on these personas, okay, and how are they different. So Anand in the first quadrant is he does not possess the decision making authority and high PM skills like envisioning the product strategy or vision or working on a product backlog, and he is dependent upon his peers or US counterparts for help for defining the product backlog, and by waiting he wastes a lot of time, right? So that's the persona of this person and falling in this category. In the second, we have Neha, who possesses all the required PM skills. Like she's superb in envisioning the product strategy, product roadmap, and all of that, but has no decision making power. So uh, in this case, she cannot take any necessary action for the benefit of the customers or organization, and therefore gets frustrated sometimes. Ravi, in the third quadrant, which is ineffective leader, he possesses high decision making power, but does not have all this PM skill set. So in this, because he doesn't have the required skill set, he faces challenge in building the right feature, right product, because of which he faces challenge in collaborating with the team members or with his peers. So these are the three personas that we have. And now Isha will be, helping us get into different breakout rooms where we'll discuss about what these PMs can do to improve their position in their organizations. And also, please remember, just like a note, please remember which group number you're put into. So just in case if you get dropped off, you know which group to join back.
Rupal, so some of them were not able to see the screen or slide. Do you have any other way that they can look at it before we split into?
Let me try and share it again.
Yeah. Just a minute or two would be fine, because then we can jump to the book.
Yeah, I would request participants to stay back. If they've heard the session, it will be a great thing to participate in this activity. So if at all.
Yeah. It's gonna be an amazing exercise, guys. So we would really appreciate if you guys can stay back.
Yeah, I hope everyone can see the slide now.
Yeah, Isha, thank you. I see comments in the chat box that they're able to see the screen now.
Perfect. And if everyone's ready, we can all break out. So you will see the room number popping up on your screen. Request you to move to your respective rooms. I'm still seeing a lot of people in the common room. If you can move to your respective rooms, the window that's popping up on your screen. Okay, I see some of you are not getting the room, so let me try and fix that. Maybe if you had joined in a little late, or maybe I did something incorrectly, but yeah, let me see. Okay, let me try and All good? Are we all able to go to the rooms? I believe now everyone sees the room number. You can give me reactions if you are all good. Nandini, Rajesh, Palak, Ganesh, Amit. Are you guys able to join your respective rooms? Sorry, I was on mute while I was talking. So I have assigned you guys your rooms. The strange thing is I don't see anyone with an unassigned room. So I'm not sure what's happening. Zoom is not helping me today. So all of the participants right now, are you unable to still see any rooms on your screen? Is that what is happening? Because Deepak, you should be in room 5. Sharath in room 5. You guys can unmute yourselves or let me know in the chat window what's happening. Hey, Sushant, Abhijit. Do you guys want me to assign to a different room? You guys are missing out on a fun activity. Sharath, I'm trying to assign you to a different room if that works. From room 5 to room 1, you will see that pop up. Hi, Biswa. Which room were you part of the activity? Did you get dropped
Yeah,
off?
yeah,
Which
I
room?
would break room 2.
Okay. Do you see that now? Welcome back.
Yes. So do we have Bhalchandra here?
Still waiting. I see some of the room participants are yet to join us.
Okay.
Only room 1 is here.
We are on time.
On time, yeah.
And one person from room 2, just to respect time.
Oh, going.
Nice.
That's nice.
But such an interactive audience, guys. Like, you know, I've been in sessions before, but like this was an amazing session.
Yeah, I know. We wanted more time, but the session was just too amazing. Ideas were just flowing.
Yeah, very,
True.
very interactive for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Like
I missed out
people
on
had
a lot
great
of
ideas.
stuff then.
Yeah, you missed out. But we have sheets you can go through it.
Sure.
Well, the questions were very.
It was wonderful, right? Like,
Yeah. So
it was more
so-
like everybody has gone through this journey, right? So far, I mean, not everyone started their career as a product manager. Most of them are developers.
Yeah.
we could
So,
all relate to it.
Do we have
There are some
Bhalchandra?
good insights. Yeah.
Yeah, we have Bhal here now with us.
Rishi,
Okay.
nice specs, man.
Yeah, he has a very good glasses. Something new.
it's these are my pandemic glasses. I don't have the specs actually, but these are like those glasses cuts blue light. Like given the current situation, it helps. Otherwise, you'll have all this burning eyes. Thanks, man.
You are always, ahead in terms of tech.
Okay, looks like we have almost everyone join us back. So yeah, while our moderators are busy trying to summarize, give us a quick summary of everything that we've seen today, I thought we would be able to quickly see something that we spoke about in our initial small chat, or the initial informal discussion we were having, the Mindbody Pune office. So I'm going to share a quick clip or a video of our Mindbody Pune office opening, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Sound is not there.
I have shared it. Okay, sorry. Thanks, Ekta.
Now we can hear.
One of the things that I think that differentiates us as a business is the fact that we really focus on our team and having an amazing workplace and a great corporate culture to work in. so our step into India and developing the team here is part of our conscious involvement as a business, and really looking forward to how we embrace the culture and the team here in Pune and develop some amazing products.
Coming to India just makes sense because this is the birthplace of yoga, right? And mindfulness. And there's just a lot of rich history here, so it makes sense for us to come here. In many ways, I see this as mind body just coming home.
I felt nostalgic.
Absolutely.
I'm like, you can't imagine times like these in pandemic. Right? Even
Yeah.
if I'm watching movie, I see like, where are the masks?
So, Isha, if you're speaking, you're on mute actually.
Thanks. I don't know what's wrong with me and Zoom not going too well today. I just thought, yeah, with showing you or giving you a glimpse of mind body, let me also talk about the open positions we have. So we of course are expanding, and we have a lot of open positions in different roles. For this group, just want to quickly highlight the product manager related open positions. If you're interested, reach out to Abhishek Goel, who is our senior technical recruiter. We've shared his email ID, his LinkedIn profile, and you can of course follow MindBody LinkedIn page. So Rakhi, Rupal, yeah.
So if you have any questions about the positions itself, you can actually put them here in the chat box. And what we would do is we'll just pick them up after we kind of officially close the event. Yeah.
Yes, Isha.
Yeah, Rupal, Rakhi, are we ready for the big reveal?
Yes, we are ready for the big reveal. We can move to our next slide. And the activity was crazy, one hell of an activity. It was, I mean, it was just buzzing with ideas, flowing with ideas. Of course, we wanted more and more time. And thank you everybody for staying back and attending the activity. And your participation is really appreciated. So we've summarized Anand, Neha, and Ravi in these three categories. So with everybody here, most of the teams agreed that, for Anand, we really have to give him some additional trainings. He will look for a good mentor. He needs a good mentorship program who could guide Anand in the right direction. Probably that's why his skill sets are low, and how we can leverage him in that position. And of course, he needs to be on a constant follow-up with support folks, sales, CSRs, all these reps to understand in a regular cadence as to what are the pain points of the problem and how can we improve them. And all the decisions he's going to take needs to be data-driven decisions. Probably certifications, additional certifications could really help him gain more insights. Having said that, the organization also needs to involve him in strategy planning, vision building, and all these activities. Okay, moving to Neha, she had a very different background. She is a frustrated product manager, and we want to move her to be an effective leader. So we'll have to find appropriate channels to establish good networking with her peers, with her seniors. So sorry about the typo there. Of course, polishing your perseverance skills, the talking just does not make sense. You'll have to probably do demonstrations, do a proof of concept of your ideas, get involved in user testing, usability research, all of these, and try and convince the management, the seniors with some KPI improvements. Maybe that can help Neha put in a better decision-making scenario. Of course, develop understanding about the stakeholders that's there. And one of the points that actually came up was, it could be that Neha's goals for the product are not aligned with the organizational goals, what they have for the product. So probably she has to somewhere go back and understand that how she can align that thing, align her goals with the company. That's very, very important. And of course, a lot of whys need to be asked. In my session, one point that came across all the three personas was that, even the leader, the manager whom these three are reporting should also take up some ownership to ensure that Anand, Neha, and Ravi are happy in their positions, happy in what they're working. If there are some skill sets mismatch or some decision authority which they are lacking, the manager should also go and talk to these people on a regular cadence and understand how he or she can leverage their position better. Okay, moving on to the third persona, that was Ravi. Completely high decision-making power, but low skill set. 13 years of experience was what we had quoted in our persona. So firstly, of course, Ravi has to gain a lot of clarity on the product and upscale himself to make better decisions, be it additional certifications, trainings, get a mentor, probably a mentor in the same company who has the same domain expertise could help him grow better. Also, Ravi should understand that, is this the correct fit for him? Like, he should find out the passion, what it is. Give a timeline for himself and see if this is really fitting what he wants to do in his role. And if that's really working out well, then of course Ravi is bound to grow. But if it's not, then he should really think of other measures. Ravi should also do a 360-degree feedback, talk to his seniors, his peers, people who are working under him, talk to all of these people and get a feedback. Also, on a regular basis, touch base with developers, engineers, UX designers, and understand, how better can we shape the product, because we haven't taken the decision powers from him. So how can we better do those things? So this is these are the main main takeaways from our activity. So over to you, Isha.
Satya, Amit, Naveen, I'll invite you guys. I think that was all for today's session that we had.
I think Bhal can close with his comments and then we'll pass it on to Amit.
Great. Hey, thanks. This has been a wonderful session, and we do. This was my first session with Product Tank, and I'm really amazed by the participants, and not just the number of participants, but even the kind of questions we had in that and the discussion we had in the last workshop. I think this is really a community which is which can add a lot of value to each other, and I'm sure the future sessions which you do with other on this would really be helpful to the participants. And I'm honestly quite surprised and really happy to see the overall turnaround. When we were thinking about this event a couple of days back, we were not, we had some numbers in mind that we would be happy if we get that. And when I saw, those numbers today, I think they're really mind blowing. So thanks to Product Tank to be able to, really reach out to the community and get the people here. And yeah, I think our team did a good job in my opinion, but yeah, would love to hear from others if they really found a value in today's thing. And yeah, we are obviously growing and have have a lot of openings in Pune. So looking forward to any interest if people have on the call. Thank you.
I just wanted to add that we'll also be rolling out a feedback form, and I think Naveen or Amit might know how exactly we are going to roll that out, but looking forward to hearing what your feedback was on the session for sure.
I think I just have a couple of words for Ekta and Naveen. Like, this is amazing. Like, I am amazed by the statistics. I know Naveen rolled out certain form few months back, and when you looking at the numbers and how close we are to the industry, it's a vast place to be in. Like, I'm going to inside somebody I've worked, like the work really shows up, and it's really interesting to see that, and it's so relatable to you as a user, not as a user, as a human being in times like these. So it's really like my Saturday is well spent by just looking at data. I'm like, that's how I would put it. So thank you very much for doing this.
And you have made my day by saying such good words.
No, it's really, it's really, really great. It takes a lot to create data like these. And like, yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thanks to everyone. Thanks to Naveen for arranging this from the word go. Ekta, Rakhi, Rupal, Bhal, Shreyas, and the entire Mind Body team, Isha, for coming us and being part of, showing so much about the kind of wellness industry is to the Product Tank Pune team and the community. Communities grow when people come together for a cause and when people selflessly try to share information. Today's session gave us those insights on how we can build better products, how we can groom product managers. And I particularly liked Naveen's session on how to identify product managers And also, I liked what the workshop. Please excuse the background, like all of you. I'm in work from home mode. It's a Saturday, and it's a well spent Saturday. Thank you to the product and team, Satyavati, again Rupal, and everyone else, Harneet, Padmanabh, Shan, Kiran, all the people from the social media team and the community to bring this event together. Not to forget Prateek, he couldn't be here for us, but yes, he had an appointment. So thanks for pulling this through. The community is growing and we need more volunteers. If you want to be part of community, write to us. You can be part of the WhatsApp group as well. We have a third WhatsApp group. So yeah, and yes, I would like to say that the session is open for, it's an open mic now on.
So before we wrap up, I wanted to, like Nidhi suggested, let's take a selfie or whatever we're calling this, with all our cameras on. We will see how many can fit in the screen. But Nidhi, do you want to do the honors, like by taking those things and sharing with the group?
We can take a screenshot. I mean, that's the only option I see.
Okay.
You will have to do it thrice because there are, I think, participants across 3 pages.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Oh man, Amit looks completely different. No, wow. So yeah, please feel free to switch on. Oh, Bansi is on.
It's my t-shirt now.
Amit has grown up.
Rishi. We'll have a lot of grown-up chats about that. Yeah, but we can do it 3 times.
Wait. Okay, are you ready?
Awesome.
Oh, we can still talk, right? While he's taking screenshots.
Hi, I just wanted to say if someone can share a WhatsApp link so that we all can connect it, that will